Hello, everybody. Squirrel Raid. How's everybody doing? Sorry about the lighting. It's not quite dark enough to put lights on, but there's at least one light on. It's not looking that great, but it is what it is. Whatever. How's everybody doing? Glad to know Granny D came through her surgery okay. I was really surprised she went live, and I was really, really, really surprised I saw on her on OM Granny Squares. That was a treat. Hi, everybody. Hey, Jax. How you doing? Let's see who else we got here. We got. Oh, hello. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Hey, Yarn Barf, Gloria, Nana, Sylvia. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Dory. Racine. I've had a cat on my lap all day, so she's gonna be super mad when I have to go back to work. For sure. You want to tell everybody hi? Tell everybody hi. Are you giving them the stink eye? Are you giving them the stink eye? Huh? Yeah? My mountain of WIPS next to me. Everything I've been working on is sitting right next to me. Hey, Angel. Hey, Laura. Hey, Granny. We love you bunches too. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Granny, I hope you're feeling well. You seem like it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Hey, Joanne. I said hi to Sandy. Yarn Barf, I think I said hi to you. Hey, Sam. How you doing? Hey, David. How you doing? Glad I caught you live today in your wonderful living room that you have. Wink, wink. Yeah, we're glad you're feeling great. I love it. Must have meant that you were in a lot more pain than you thought beforehand. Hey, Diane. Me too, me too. I'm rating myself. How cool is that? Hey, obsessive crochet lady. Good to see you. Oh, here we're. Haven't you had enough of my lap today? Really? I'm not going to be able to show people this if you keep like laying on stuff. Really? What are you doing? Are you cozy? Okay, I can't crochet if you're laying on it. I'm getting the I don't care look, you guys. Apparently she doesn't care. I spent one night at my friend Cheryl's house last week. And ever since then, anytime I'm home, she's on my lap, but she's not playing with toys. Hey, Pink Cully. Woohoo. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know, David. I know, I know, I know. Hi, Amanda. She normally doesn't do this. This has been a new thing since last week I was on vacation. So I think she's taken vacation out of control. So next week when I go back to work, she's going to be mad because she won't sit with me in my work chair. Yeah, I'm glad everybody rated too. Thank you, everybody. My mouse is not wanting to work. I apologize. Oh, thank you, Angel. Yeah, she's a sweetie. She's normally in cuddler like that, but it's kind of freaking me out. I'm hoping she's not sick, but we'll find out. Yes, we need. I don't know how many thumbs I have. I don't have YouTube open. Olivia is fine. Um, I was kind of an enabler, I guess. We went to Sugar Creek, Ohio last Saturday, and we always go to a pet store. The pets there are not cheap. Um, Needless to say, her mom drove her down there today. They got a pug. She's super cute, but let me say it's over $2,000. Yeah. So, yeah. That is right, David. Be sweet, don't be ugly. That is right. And I'm dropping the link if anybody randomly, if anybody wants to come up. I don't pin it anymore. Number one, I just don't want to open YouTube while I have StreamYard open. And number two, if there's undesirables, we don't want them around. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? I know, Sam. She's super cute. And if I didn't have a cat on my lap, I'd get up and show you a picture. I'll put it on my community tab after I'm done here. She's adorable. Like the littlest pug I've ever seen in my life. Super adorable. Yay! David, what's up? What's up?
Hey there.
How you doing? Hey,
I'm
Kimmy Boo.
good. Obviously, this is no longer the fake background.
We like your real background too, David.
It's actually a cozy little room. I have all my yarn in here. I'm turning
Well, see,
my
that's all you need. Yarn
I'm
is
turning
cozy.
I'm turning my little bedroom into maybe a bit of a studio apartment. I don't know. Without
Hey, my bedroom looks like a storage unit right now. It just has yarn totes in it. So at least yours is more decorative.
Well, actually, most of the decorations are in front of me, so you can't see them because I'm not going to turn
That's
the
okay. We don't need
computer
to see them.
around.
That's what
I'm
you need to look at.
there are I showed on Instagram some things that I picked up over the weekend at an antique shop because they were just so beautiful and couldn't resist, and now I'm 100% broke because of it.
Oh, it'll be fine.
No, I'll be better next week. There will be money
Yeah.
coming in. And actually, I think I got a few pattern sales today, so I can.
Well, that's cool.
Fortunately, that goes directly to PayPal, and I can transmit that directly to my bank account.
Well, there you go.
And
Any
only
little bit helps, you know.
you're not telling me. But yeah. So yeah, this was a big expenditure month. I got those things at the antique store that were just so beautiful. Hey, Nisi.
Hi.
Plus, I got that expensive ball winder.
There we go.
Plus, I got myself a new office chair for sitting here in front of my computer.
I need to get a new office chair. This one is horrible. And Olivia, every time she comes over, just spins around in it and it just makes it worse. And I'm like, don't spin on my chair. You're going to break it.
But spinning is fun.
There
It
you
is
go.
fun, though. I agree with her.
Samantha, if you want to see my purchases, thank you. You can look at my Instagram, which, not surprisingly, is called Bearded Yarn Dudes. because I posted them on Saturday, and I got one. I believe it's a reproduction of a watercolor and a few ceramic dogs. Hands up, everyone who is surprised I got a ceramic dog.
Oh, I bet it's adorable.
Actually, I got a few.
No, lay down. No.
My leg's falling asleep. Sorry.
Lay down.
I also
Lay
got
down.
a present for my sister, but don't tell her. It's not until birthday or something.
No, you're not supposed to
Cool.
be. Come
Well,
on.
that'll be before you know it, David. You know how fast the months go.
At our age, I certainly do.
Yeah.
Not to suggest you're anywhere near as old as I am.
They're attacking me.
Ooh, if I had coffee this late at night, I would be up 24/7. I can't do that.
I can't do coffee anymore.
I can't do I can do 1 cup in the morning and then tea after that. But I can't go past 10 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, I will be up I won't sleep. I'm already up until midnight. And I normally
Kim, thank
get up
you for the reminder.
and I normally wake up at like 5. So yeah.
I drink a lot of iced tea, not nearly the amount of coffee that I used to drink. But a lot of iced tea. I'm always trying to cut down on the sodas because the caffeine, the coloring, whether it's high fructose corn syrup or artificial sweeteners, none of it is good for you.
No, it isn't. And I gave up soda. Oh my gosh, probably maybe 10, 15 years ago.
Honestly,
I don't miss it.
if I were living on my own, I probably wouldn't buy it. But somehow it winds up in the house, along with a lot of candy.
Well, my trips to Sugar Creek ended up in some candy buying.
Uh-oh. A little bit of candy is nice.
No, it's not. No, there's no such thing as a little bit when they have bags like that are like this full.
Well,
And
also,
you have a 9-year-old with you. That's like, oh, that looks good, Nana. Let's get that too.
well, as they say, anything worth doing is worth doing to excess.
Well, I definitely have done that this week.
So,
For sure.
I mean,
I have more than enough food in this house, and it's just meat in it.
I think I'm very fortunate that I don't have the appetite for sweets that I once did.
I really don't either. I bought it just because that's what
kids want.
It looked good at the time, but they need to make smaller quantities.
Mm-hmm.
If they have like sample sizes that I could have bought, that would have been great for me.
Mm-hmm.
But everything is in bigger bags, and it's not bad stuff. I mean, it's, like they had a Chex Mix that had white chocolate on it instead of the spicy stuff.
White chocolate. See, that's my.
I love.
They had the Hollis popcorn with white chocolate and sprinkles.
Oh my god!
Do you remember caramel corn?
I like
the
sweet. My weakness is sweet and salty. That's my weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly everything I bought too.
When I was a kid in high school, I used to work in a caramel corn shop.
Oh,
and
yum.
I made the stuff.
Yum.
And one time I put the caramel on to cook. You add the sugar and all the ingredients and the butter. You let it all melt. Well, I went in the back and fell asleep.
Oh no.
And when I woke up, it was smoking. Turns out the whole mall was affected. I'm sure that a bunch of stores had to discard a bunch of their merchandise.
Oops.
And my manager lost her job over that event. Not me. but she did.
Wow.
Although she was probably too young and ill-equipped to be a manager anyway, but still. So they brought someone else in, and suddenly I had a new boss. It was a high school job. What did I know?
Right. All high school jobs are a flop, in my opinion. Mine was. I
I
was a
worked at McDonald's when I was in high school.
I was a
I'm so
telemarketer
sorry.
in high school.
Oh, I'm so
Imagine
sorry
what
about
fun
that.
that was. That lasted about a week.
I worked for one. Do you remember Captain D's? I worked
I-
for one day. It was like a fish and chips equivalent of
Oh yes,
McDonald's.
Captain D's, yes.
It
Yeah.
was like Arthur Treacher's. That was
Okay,
also
I
a
know Arthur
franchise.
Treacher's.
Yeah,
All the
I
all
worked
the fish
one
tasted the
day.
same.
Well, I had no taste for it after that, but I worked one day and quit. I could not do it. And then what else did I do in college? I tried selling encyclopedias door to door.
Oh, I remember those too. That's as bad as the telemarketing stuff.
That I sold one set. And then I tried selling really awful digital artwork, basically reproduced photographs in bad frames. Door to door on a business level, and that didn't go so well either. That was a rough summer.
Oh, missing.
I can't remember the brand of the vacuum cleaners, but my husband used to be a door-to-door salesman for the certain kind of vacuum.
I think I know
Electrolux?
what you mean.
It was really expensive vacuum cleaner.
Yes.
Electrolux.
Yeah,
No,
probably. But
no.
he would have to do.
No,
He'd
not
come
that
in and
one.
do a sample on your rug.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
mattress. You're like they put it on your
Yeah.
mattress.
He did. He was a pretty good salesman.
Oh,
He
thank
did
you.
pretty good.
Mantha just bought one of my patterns.
Oh
Thank
my
you
God,
so much.
I know what you mean, and they're not around anymore. But I know what you
No,
mean.
I want
We
to say it
had
was a
an
Kirby.
Electrolux.
Does
Well,
Kirby
yeah,
sound
Kirby.
familiar?
That sounds familiar. Yes.
Yeah,
think it
but
was
Yes.
Kirby
we had
that
an
he used to sell.
Electrolux when I was a kid, and it lasted
Yeah, Kirby. I
forever.
think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, he used to sell Kirby vacuums, and that's when he lived in South Florida.
They're not cheap. They were
that
not
was
cheap.
before him and I even met and became friends, actually.
Mm.
Yeah, Catbird said Kirby too. Yep.
Yep, Kirby.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
my
Yeah.
dad also, when he wanted to bring additional money into the house, he tried selling Mason shoes. Who remembers Mason shoes? Nobody.
I don't
There's a
remember
reason. Although we all wound up with shoes.
I don't remember rainbows.
I don't remember rainbows anymore, but I do remember Kirby's, and I'm pretty sure
I
that's
do
what
too. Check.
Auric too. Yes, Racine says Auric.
Oh no, Sam! I'm so sorry, honey. Oh, her nausea's coming back.
Oh
Oh,
no.
dear. Oh, Cynthia remembers Mason
Go get
shoes.
some sleep, sweetie.
Yeah, get some sleep, Sam.
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever heard of Mason shoes.
I've never heard of them.
I never heard of
Sorry.
rainbow vacuums myself.
Me neither.
I lived in Florida for 25
Maybe
years.
that's
and I don't
why,
remember
because we're in
vacuums
freezing
either.
cold Ohio.
I lived in South Florida for 5 years, went to the University of Miami for a while. I don't know. Everything changes.
It sure does.
That's the thing about life, isn't it? Damn it.
Now, I do remember Buster Brown shoes, Lori. I had some when I was a kid.
I loved those.
I
I
remember
still
those.
do. Oh my gosh. I mean, they still have shoes that are styled like those old Buster Brown shoes. I don't know if the brand is still around.
I haven't heard of them in years.
I remember, I think I was in first or second grade, and I had outgrown my school shoes, because you remember we had school shoes and we had other shoes.
Yep, we had.
Mhm.
I remember first
Yep.
grade. I had saddle shoes, and then
I
I
do
had
that
my
with my
shoes.
son.
So I had outgrown my school shoes, apparently, and so we went to the shoe store. We chose out, rather, my mother chose for me a pair of shoes, and I started, and we were gonna complete the purchase, and I started crying, which should surprise no one who knows me, because I didn't want those shoes. I thought they were ugly. I mean, even then, I mean, you can't tell it today, but even then I had some sort of a sense of fashion. But wow, the things that stick with you.
I remember the
Mhm.
hush puppies.
And you
Yeah, I
know,
remember the hush.
so I live with my sister, and we'll share things from childhood, things that she remembers. I totally space on things that I remember. She doesn't.
Well, I remember my mom making all my clothes. She used to make the 70s polyester pants, and the pantsuits. She always made those for me.
My mom
Yep.
was a very good seamstress, and she would make a lot of her own clothes. She would make clothes for my sister. In fact, as a teenager, she had worked in a blue jean factory in Whiteville, North Carolina, if you can imagine that. But she was a great seamstress. Even when I was grown up, and like if I would lose weight, she would very easily take in pants for me. Usually they needed to be washed before they were handled, and she mentioned it.
Oh, wow, Tank. It's crazy.
I'm right there with you. I don't want to cook either. I think I'm just going to do fish sticks tonight and be lazy.
I like
Oh, there
fish
you go.
sticks.
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
did
I like
tacos last night and I'm just tired.
I like the frozen fish fillets you can get from your grocer's freezer in the
Yep.
air fryer.
Oh my gosh, they're the best. I had salmon
I
in
don't
the air
have an
fryer.
air fryer yet, but I want one.
You'll never go back.
And I'll tell
You'll
you
never go
why.
back. You will never
I
Because
go
love
back.
I miss
mine.
having chicken wings and I want to do chicken wings in an air fryer.
It'll
Because I
be the
love
bomb.
chicken wings.
I have seen a bunch of recipes for crispy pork belly in an air fryer recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always
Dana
wanted.
Wonderlust does a lot of pork belly in her air fryer in the truck.
Honestly, I have seen. She's not the only truck driver. I don't know how I get all these truck driver channels recommended to me, but
Me
she's
too,
not the
but it's
only.
okay.
She's not the only truck driver I've seen with like air fryers and portable fridges, and studio apartments larger than some that I've had in New York in the back of their trucks.
Yeah.
Ninja foodie. Nice, Tank. Yeah, when my husband was across the country driver, he had a mini fridge and a microwave and all that stuff in his
Tank
cabin.
is bringing up that peach cobbler again, Tank.
And then he has several friends that still drive cross country and they have the air fryer and the mini fridge, and you'd be surprised what fits in those things.
I would wait
Pretty amazing,
longer
actually.
Yeah.
for the air fryer than to do most things in the microwave.
I don't use my microwave anymore.
I heat
Since I got
water in
it.
the microwave. I do popcorn in the microwave. occasionally bake a potato in the microwave, but even that's better in the air fryer.
It's a lot better on the air fryer for sure. I'll wait.
And
Really, the
sometimes
only
I
thing
will
I do in the
reheat
microwave is
leftovers
just
in the microwave.
reheat leftovers of popcorn, and that's pretty much it.
I don't even reheat in the microwave anymore. I reheat in the
Other
air
than that, I
fryer.
use my oven or my stove.
I don't even use my stove anymore. But I'm here
Now,
by myself, so I don't have to.
I love
I've
to
heard
cook,
a
and
lot
I
of
often
people
cook
say that.
far too much.
Yep.
Hoover, that's the other one Chris mentions, the vacuum Hoover. Hoover, on the other side of the pond, Hoover is a verb. When they talk about vacuuming. They have another brand over there. I don't know if it's still around, but they used to call it a goblin.
Bye, Amy. Enjoy your dinner.
Oh gosh, who does that pattern? Isn't it Hooked on Sunshine that does the whatchamacallit pattern?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think it's Hooked on Sunshine. All right, Amy, have a good supper. Hey, Noni, how you doing?
So Crochet Me Pink, your son's truck, is that something that can be changed or improved? Or is it something he's stuck with?
That's too bad that his truck doesn't have that fuse box.
Yeah.
Because man, to have to eat out all the time when you're driving cross country, it's so expensive. I can't even.
Well, yeah, and then you end up some places where there's nothing around, and you just park on the side of the road. I mean,
Except for
supposed
fast
to do
food,
You park
and
in the
most
rest
fast
stop.
food is just disgusting nowadays.
Yeah.
It is. It's gross.
Ooh, Samantha mentions the Fuller brush. Oh my God! Now we're going to go back to the Music Man. Cash for the merchandise. Cash.
You have to pay to have it connected? Really?
Oh, that's horrible.
As much as these companies make, they can't provide their driver with. Don't even get me started.
He
Yeah,
might
As a
need
trucker's
to
wife,
change
do not get me started.
employers. Yeah, because
Change employers.
those trucking
Do it.
Yeah,
companies
I
are
would change
desperate for
employers.
more employees, and they will set them up, especially
Yes,
if
they
they
will.
have experience. They will set them up in some
Mhm.
pretty darn luxurious trucks.
Yep. Yep, they will. Who was my husband working for? Well, actually, he right before we moved here, he had well, because our son is. By the way, y'all, happy Autism Awareness World Awareness Day. My son's autistic, and so it got to the point where we really needed him home every night. So he ended
My
up working
grandson is.
for a subcontractor for the U.S. Post Office and drove an 18-wheeler full of U.S. mail. But before that, I want to say he worked for. Oh no, that wasn't a good company, so I'm not going to recommend them. I was going to say he worked for Airgas, but you don't want your son working for Airgas. Trust me.
Samantha remembers having a milkman. I do too.
My husband's a milkman. That's what he does. He delivers dairy product in an 18-wheeler from here all the way to North Montana, close to.
No, we had a
Whitefish.
door-to-door delivery. The milkman would bring.
Oh, it was a
products
door-to-door?
to the door. Yes.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
I am though. I am
I'm
married
probably
to
the
a
oldest in the room, so.
He was a
Well, not by
postman
much.
before, and now he's a milkman.
Not by much, David. I'm 53.
Oh.
I'll be 60 in December. Gosh, it's getting dark in here, isn't it? Maybe I'll try my ring light.
I know it's getting dark here too. It's cloudy and gloomy.
He has to stay for a year because he went through call school with them. And oh, yeah, my husband had to do that when he worked for Covenant.
Oh, well.
He had to stay with them for a year before he could change jobs.
Granny says, nope, I'm older, David.
No, Granny D is 39 and some months. Just like I'm 39 plus shipping and handling.
Right. I still crack up every time I hear that.
I wish I was the one that came up with that joke. Chris, we lived in Minnesota when I was a kid, so much of the year, preserving the milk was not a big concern. Huh.
Yes,
Well, I keep
Yarnbarf.
forgetting
Exactly.
Yarnbarf drove too.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, I love to cook using the slow cooker, which I haven't done in a while.
I did that yesterday.
I like to do a
Ninja
nice
air fryer?
slow braise of a roast or a stew in the oven. I like low and slow and getting really nice, delicious, tender results. Coming out of my mouth, that sounds a little inappropriate, but trust me. Oh, what was Delphine's memory? I missed it.
Oh, okay. Let me find it. Hold on.
What kind of ninja do you have, Tank?
I've heard of egg deliveries also.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Never apologize for a dog. Well, unless you bite someone. But usually, if you
Cat
bite
didn't like it, but that's okay.
A squirrel ran by and they decided to bark.
Well,
there you
of
go.
course. That's their
Ours,
job.
if
They're
we
my
had the
little
front,
alarm systems. What is on your
if
paw?
we would have the front door open and the
Really?
screen door there, we would never know what ours would bark at, but spontaneously there would be barking. Sometimes out the back door too.
Thank you. Y'all be good girls. Oh, I know.
What a baby. Only 35.
Slow cooked roasts, yes.
A ninja.
It's been a
foodie.
while since I've done that.
I'll have to
I
look
like
that
to,
ninja
I'm
foodie.
always
I've
talking
heard
about
that.
cooking. And someone mentioned an Amazon wish list. Sorry, what? Oh,
Granny
the
D.
squirrel. Ha! Now, I mentioned earlier that on my Amazon wish list, it's mostly cookbooks.
Oh, she sent me a picture. Okay.
Oh, cool. And I love to cook. I love to make soups.
Yes.
And
Me too.
Ooh.
I shared about this just after St. Patrick's Day. I got some corned beef on sale, like you do. And I got some potatoes and cabbage.
Oh, let me make you big. Hold on. Solo. There we go.
I don't remember the brand of ours. I don't think we...
Mine's an Insta Vortex or something like that. Let me see if I can find it.
I think we have... I don't think we have a pressure cooker because there are some things that you want to do like in the Instapot. Oh, there's a cooking channel I highly recommend where it's all about the Instapot. Why is the name escaping me? It'll come back to me. Anyway,
Oh, they're not badly priced either. I can afford that.
well, there you go. Ooh, Obsessive Crochet Lady makes a mean cabbage soup. Anyway, I was talking about what I made just after St. Patrick's Day. So I took a corned beef and I boiled it for a while until it was nice and tender and done. And then in the same liquid, I cooked cabbage and potatoes and all the other vegetables. And then I layered in a sort of a cottage pie, cabbage on the bottom, then the sliced corned beef, then the other veg, then mashed potatoes mixed with white cheddar cheese. Dear Lord, that was good. And then I had enough of the liquid left over to make a vegetable soup with cabbage and potatoes and canned tomatoes and stuff. And that also was amazing. And a lot of it's in the freezer still. Maybe I'll drag it out and reheat it, but not in the microwave.
Yeah, I don't reheat anything in the microwave anymore since I have the air fryer.
Mm. But that corned beef and cabbage thing, that stays in the repertoire. But also for soups, I like to just you can get like 8 or 10 chicken thighs for $8. If you're on the lookout. So I like to just bake them up and then take off the meat and put everything else in the stock pot to make a broth. And then, of course, after it's simmered for quite some time, simmering is key. Nothing happens quickly that is valuable.
Well, matter of fact, I made I had a ton of mushrooms that I had to use up. So last night what I did is I sauteed them in butter until they were, like nice and dark brown. And then I added some vegetable broth and seasonings and then let it cook in the Instapot for 12 hours overnight.
I just remembered the name of the channel that's about the Instapot. It's called Pressure Luck. Pressure as a word, luck.
Pressure Luck. Okay.
Yeah, he has at least one cookbook out now too, and he does really amazing things.
This Ninja Foodie that Tank showed us is a pressure cooker and an air fryer, which I think is really neat.
That
sounds
cool.
like a great combination.
2 things in one.
Oh, wow. That's what I need because I have 2 things taking up my counter space right now.
What was the price on that?
And then the
well,
Insta
I found it on Amazon. It's on sale right now for $214. It's $50 off right now on Amazon.
It's still a little more than I want
with free shipping.
Now.
Definitely a thought for the future because I'm running out of counter space.
We might still have the pressure cooker my mother used to have, with the lid that locked on.
Oh
and
my gosh, the scary ones.
On the bottle. Now, we never had a problem with it because she knew how to use it, of course, because she grew up cooking for her 4 younger brothers and sisters.
Ooh. That sounds good.
That does sound good.
What's wrong?
What's the name of that?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds great. Now, I don't do mushrooms because someone doesn't like them. And I also don't do
chew on them. Mushrooms are delicious.
I also don't do spicy things for the same reason. But most of the things I make,
they have
like.
one for $179, but this one I think is bigger.
Oh,
the one that I saw that was a slightly more expensive, bigger. It had more quarts. It was an extra large. So that could be why it was $215.
Yeah, the air fryer that I have, you can dehydrate.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I have the Instant Vortex, which is the Instapot version of the air fryer where it has trays, and you can dehydrate with it.
Obsessive crochet lady, that sounds a little bit like a a Portuguese kale soup
Yeah.
I heard about where they use a Portuguese sausage and all the other ingredients instead of the kielbasa and the cabbage. And ideally, you would cook the sausage, take it out, cook everything else in the sausage fat, of course, like you do, because if you don't, you're stupid. Um, with a bunch of usually chicken broth or whatever you have, and then put the kale in toward the end. At some point, either before or after the kale, you would puree the whole thing because it has potatoes and other things in it. But you put the kale in, you put the sausage back in, and it is so delicious. Another food channel I highly recommend is called Food Wishes, and that's where I learned that one. That's where I also learned the corned beef cottage pie recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Obsessive Crochet Lady says you gotta build flavors. Oh, Samantha hasn't been able to cook since she got sick. You know, sometimes I enjoy cooking more than I enjoy eating.
Same.
Oh, where'd she go?
Oh, no.
What happened?
Was it something I said?
She might have pushed the wrong button. Did she push a button?
I've done that before. Push the button. Call the elevator.
Uh-oh, she forgot to put the potatoes in.
No.
9 days until Las Vegas. Whoop,
Mm.
whoop.
Obsessive Crochet Lady, you only need a half an hour with the potatoes if you cut them up to the right size.
Ooh, homemade chicken pot pie. Now that sounds good.
I only like chicken pot pie if it does not have green peas in it, because I think green peas are the work of the devil.
Crochet Me
know.
Pink says, be lurking.
Sorry?
She's trying to finish the Lacy Summer Cardi.
Who's Lacey Summer Cardi? It sounds nice. Now I want to make a Lacey Summer Cardi. Stop it, people. Do you know how long a list of ideas I have that I have not yet started?
Yeah, I'm getting there myself. I keep wanting to do more things and not enough time in the year. Like the list is growing.
Oh, Crochet Me Pink, that pattern is found at Lion Brand.
Oh, interesting.
A lot.
Sorry, I fell out the window. I'm
There
trying
she
to
is.
find something.
That was
Okay.
like, did she
We
push a
wondered.
button?
Yeah, I accidentally went to look on Ravu for the whatchamacallit pattern for on Sunshine, and I'm like, I'm talking to myself, and I'm just talking, and I'm like, nobody's here.
Well, since you were on Ravelry anyway.
Well, you know I'll go to your site, David. Of course. You know that. That's a given.
Yeah, I don't do
Anyway,
peas either. Yeah, I can't handle peas.
Now,
Can't do them.
it's funny because the dried split peas, I like those because when you do make a split pea soup, it tastes like ham or whatever
Oh
kind
no,
of
I
pork
can't do
product
it.
you're using to flavor it. But otherwise, fresh peas, no, thank you.
Crochet Me Pink says her bucket list keeps getting longer and longer as well. She can't see the end of it anymore.
Me either.
Oh, Granny's leaving us. Bye-bye.
Bye, Granny.
Bye, Granny. Get some rest.
Love you.
We're also glad that Granny is feeling better.
Yes, we are very glad you're feeling better.
I can't wait until the next time I get to see her in person. She is so lovely in person.
That's probably the right one, Granny. I'm not going to look anymore while I'm live because I'll kick
Fall out
myself
the window.
I'll fall out my own window.
Oh goodness.
And Lord knows,
There's
I mean,
nothing
I
out
got
there,
enough going
Max.
on over here. I mean, I got a cat on my lap and I got WIPS around me.
Oh, so do I. I've got tons.
Yeah, I'm trying to finish this dragon right now. Right tonight, I'm working on the tail,
Yeah.
and then I got a bunch of yarn that came in. One of them is the yarn I want to use for the count, my blessing shawl, and then my other
Yep.
yarn came in for
I got that
David's
going
shawl.
too.
The shawl that I got from David, so I've got that one on my list. Those are the first 2 shawls I'm going to do. So
I've got a new shawl coming out.
Oh no.
I haven't even done the first one yet.
That reminds me, I need to
I'm
send it
addicted to
out.
shawls. Ever since I started shawls with the when Ladybird did her shawl with the bead challenge with Gina, I can't stop making them now.
I've never done
And I make them
beadwork.
all with beads almost all of them.
I've never done beadwork.
I've
And I'm
never made
okay
a
with
shawl
that.
before, so I'm doing baby steps.
Here's the one that every day is going to be dedicated to a project from this point going on. So I'm going to make myself solo here real quick. Just a sec. Okay. So this is for Madonna, and you can see why, because it's green.
And Lacey.
This is the Ursula Count My Blessings shawl.
Nice.
And I can't see what you guys are seeing because everything's covered up, but there's beads in there. Cat, quit attacking my yarn, please.
I like the color. I like the textures.
And it's this yarn. Will you quit attacking the yarn? You're in my lap. You're in my space, Cat. This is by Hobie.
It doesn't look like the same yarn, the same color as what you just showed us, though.
It's just starting to change.
Oh, it's a self-striping
Yes.
yarn.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just starting to change. I don't know. Here, let me see if I can.
No, I can see how it's self-striping.
Yeah, it's starting
and
to
each
change.
of the stripes is going to be pretty darn wide.
I took a lot of the darker green out. Otherwise the whole thing would have ended up green. So then on Tuesdays, I'll be working on this mosaic project, which is by Bebe Blanket.
I like that. I love the colors.
Using the ice cream cookies and cream and Mandela Happy. So that'll be on Tuesday. So every day has its own yarn. This is Wednesday. This is Granny D's poncho that I'm doing.
See, now that's smart. You got your WIPs situated in which days you're going to do which WIP.
Yep.
That's what I need to do.
So this is Granny D on Wednesday. We'll be doing the pure, this is the Bag a Day Pure Innocence poncho, not the shawl, but the poncho. And then there's beads in this also. I don't know if
those colors are beautiful. I love those colors.
It's so sparkly.
And somewhere I lost my hook, but it'll be okay. Oh, there it is. And then Thursday, we do Nan's Next Knots. And I just randomly picked, I think it's a Fiber Fox Studio mosaic.
I think I've done 1 or 2 of Fiber Fox. No, Fiber Flux. I've done 1 or 2 of her patterns. I don't think I've done Fiber Fox.
Since the mosaic one takes a couple days, that's why I decided, okay, well, number one, she picks the number on Thursday. So that works out. And then it normally takes me until Saturday, like mid-Saturday, late Saturday. Well, I haven't been working, so I'll be done quicker this time. But normally it takes me till Saturday or Sunday to get, caught up on that. And then I go back to Monday. But that's how I've divided up my WIPs.
Regina says that her first shawl was a virus shawl. That's very ambitious. I've done a few of them. I don't really feel the need to do any more ever, ever, ever in my life.
I did the
Um,
virus blanket, which I don't mind. I've never done the virus shawl though. So I don't know if there's much of a difference.
Bye, Paula.
Bye, Paula.
Hi, Paula. Sorry to all that I've missed in the chat while I was flaunting the WIPS.
I'm going to be doing David's Alicia shawl, his triangle Alicia shawl. And then I think once that's done, I'll start on the Count Your Blessings shawl. But those
Message me if you have any questions about my shawl.
Okay.
Because I always want to know if there's anything that I could make more clear. Even after it's already published. If somebody has a question and I can fix it, then I'll publish an update.
Chris's first was the Dragonfly Shawl tutorial by Fiber Spider.
I love Fiber Spider.
I love Fiber Spider. I have made so much of his stuff. Oh my gosh.
One of my favorite things to make is the Which Way
Yes.
Filet
Yes.
blanket, which he says outright is not his own pattern, but just a tutorial based on a photo he saw. Because apparently there was a controversy when other people did tutorials based on the same pattern, and
Yeah,
you know.
and that happened with the virus one too. There was lots of controversy of.
And also there was another one that I did that I learned from one YouTube channel, and then I was later told, oh no, she copied it from me. It was my pattern originally. So, and I'm more inclined to believe the person who told me it was hers, because she's a lovely person anyway. So any attribution that I made, I changed.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, I get so busy with my own things, I get bored doing my own patterns a second or third time, let alone somebody else's patterns. So I honestly, I want to create.
Well, and I think that's why I always have at least this many WIPs going. This is the lowest amount of WIPs I've ever had. I normally have 10 to 15 going. Right now, I only have 4. That is not me. I normally have a lot more because I get bored. But they've kept my attention so far that I don't need any more right now.
I am amazed at the way you schedule your work that way.
I know.
I'm doing a Linda, David. I'm doing a Linda.
I was gonna wait until I got this dragon done, but now I may pick like certain days for the dragon and go ahead and start my shawl. Because the only other thing I got going on right now is
thank you, Obsessive Crochet Lady. Is
this crochet along that I'm doing, and it's just 1 square a week until we get all the squares done, and we've got like 50 something more squares to go. So I'll be doing this forever.
Obsessive Crochet Lady, tell me your first name. I promise I'll forget it immediately, but tell me anyway.
Hey, Jeannie.
Hey.
How you doing, lady?
It's Pure Innocent is easy with her tutorial. Tank, is that a shawl? The Pure Innocence?
Yeah. I did that one for Carrie the Yarny Elephant. I made that for her with beads. The poncho I showed you is the Pure Innocence poncho.
Oh, okay.
So she has a shawl too.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. Is Amanda. Now I'm going to think of Glass Menagerie. Or no, not Glass Menagerie. The another Tennessee Williams play. Amanda. But if it helps me remember, I can't promise I will. But
I'm horrible with people's names. That's why I just call out their channel.
Someone told me actually that names, proper names, and certain types of nouns, they're like stored in the same part of the brain.
Well, my brain doesn't store it.
Well, my brain doesn't store anything really, except for useless stuff. But but it's why there's a connection between forgetting names and forgetting a few specific nouns.
Do what you gotta do. I'm so bad with names. I'm horrible with names too.
I am too.
Tank's
Mm.
made it 8 times. So if I have questions, I can just message you.
Yeah, the Pure Innocence
no.
shawl I've made once, and then the poncho I made once, but it's super easy.
The only
It's
thing I've
addictive.
made of BOD's stuff is I've made her leaves. This is the only tutorial I did of hers that I made, and that was to add to my pumpkins.
I've made,
Her
I would
patterns are
reach
super
for it
easy.
now, but I don't want you to see the back of my head. But
Yeah.
no, I still wear. I think it might have been the one of the first sweaters I ever made, but it was one of her tutorials.
Yeah, they're easy to follow. They really are.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
the written instructions, because I got her thumb
Thumb
drive,
drive, yeah, I got that too.
are are perfect. Whoever's writing them for her, because normally what I used to do is I'd watch videos and I'd write it out just like whoever's writing
Oh, I've
patterns
done
for
that
her.
many times. Yeah.
And it's awesome. I mean, I think it's someone from Australia, isn't it, David?
I've
That
no
writes out her
idea who does
patterns
it
for
for
her.
her. Sorry?
I said it. I think it's someone from Australia that writes out her patterns for her.
No, I think
I
Nisi had a comment.
Oh, I was saying hi to Sunita.
Oh,
oh,
okay.
hi,
Sunita just
Sunita.
came in.
Yeah, I don't know who does it for her, but it's
But they're nicely
they're
written.
yes, exactly. I've been able to follow them. I have paid for patterns that I found difficulty with.
Yeah, I've done that too. There's been a few that there's a couple free ones I have found, not by Bod, but by other people, where I think there was a language barrier. Like
There's that.
when I did the Flower Valley shawl by Sis Homemade, that was a crochet along by J Hook. I had to follow the diagram because in the written part, it didn't match up.
Do you know, people have used me. Well, that's true as well. But people have asked me whether I use diagrams or written patterns.
I prefer
Whether I
written,
prefer, yeah.
but
I
in
like
that
them in
case, I had to
combination.
in that case, I had to use the diagram because the written one, because the translation was horrible.
There are a lot of poorly written patterns out
Yes.
there. And if I found out that anyone considered my patterns poorly written, I would be deeply hurt and work very hard to fix that situation.
I think what helps me with pattern writing, like reading it, is because when I taught myself how to crochet, I taught myself by making thread doilies. So you have to be very precise in your instructions.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm watching videos of people, I write it exactly like it is in the thread doily sense, you know, where you have your repeats and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
not a whole bunch of wasted language.
So I don't recall whether I showed this in
She
this
wants me to show it.
thing. I
Okay.
showed it earlier in my own life. It's too big for me, but it's a combination of traditional crochet and Tunisian.
Ooh, I like that.
So, and as I was working it, I have to make another sample that's smaller and fits my head better, and will probably be blue. So I have to probably wait until tomorrow when the light is better. But I found myself trying to figure out how am I going to write this out. This is not going to be a free hat pattern, by the way.
Well, it shouldn't as much as work
It
as you're
shouldn't.
putting
It's
into
beautiful.
It's most of my hat patterns are free. This one and another one I will probably pair up because they took a significant amount of work. And I'll charge for the pair in one package. Oh, thank you, Granny. Yeah, this hat is too big for me, but
I don't know if you can see that.
I'm working on another one. And of course, as with what you got there?
This is the shawl pattern that Tank came up with, and the pattern's not been released yet.
it. Oh my gosh, that's
Mm.
Look at the
beautiful.
I love the colors.
detail at the bottom. It looks
I
like
like
little
that.
dragonflies almost, kind of, sort
It
of.
does,
Yeah, they do
doesn't
look like
it?
little dragonflies. I like that.
Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it.
Mm.
Nice.
So pretty.
Oh, thank you, Kelly. She likes my hat too. Yeah, this one, this one and another one. Actually, you can't see the hat, the wig head behind me. There it is, but you can't see the detail on that one. That one is going to be
Move
paired
your
up
head.
with this.
There you go.
You still can't see the detail.
Yeah, I still can't see the details
Yeah.
on it.
On
I
that
like
one.
the color,
I've
though.
shown it before, and I've shown it on Instagram. But when I get those two written up and fully tested, because I mean they're complex, they need to be tested. Some of the simpler ones I just publish without testing, which I probably shouldn't do. What was that?
Crochet Me Pink says she's got a big head, David, so you can just send that hat to her.
How much cash you got, Amanda? Well, anyway, yeah, so when I write this up, I'm going to have to figure it out because it has several Tunisian techniques with it, along with my the traditional starting in the round.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have a tutorial video out, more than one, I think, maybe, about crocheting in the round and my pie slice theory about crocheting in the round. Because if you look at it as pie slices or pizza slices, it's so easy. Otherwise, I get messed up with the counting.
I never thought of it that way, but I don't make many hats, so maybe that's why.
Well, I've made one or two hats in my time. And a lot of them round from the top. My first published pattern was a bottom-up hat, actually. And it was all... And that started out with somebody else's pattern. And I kept making changes and making changes and making changes. And by the end, it was more my changes than her pattern. So I thought, why don't I write this up? And I did.
There you go.
But it's one of my free hat patterns. So I've never heard anyone object to, me basing that pattern off of that other designer. And who knows where she got it. It was a tutorial, so I don't know if it was even her own pattern.
Michelle, thank you for having me up. I've got to start dinner.
Well, you know what? I'm going to get ready to go because it's been over an hour. And you know what the bladder says after an hour?
I know very
Says
well.
we're done.
Okay. I've had a good time too. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for coming up. Thank you, Nisi, for coming up.
Bye-bye,
It's been fun,
everybody.
everybody. I am going to call it a night. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for coming. I appreciate you all coming. I know it's not as my usual kind of live, but I'm by myself today. There's no Olivia, so it's been kind of quiet. But I've just basically been working on my WIPS, and that's all I've done this week. So I'm sorry it wasn't that exciting. When the shipping stuff calms down, I'll start doing more giveaways again. I've kind of had to put a pause on it just because of the money situation. So I want to start that again because I really miss doing my giveaways. But we'll see you guys on the YouTube streets. Let's see, tonight's Friday, I believe. Hey Sandy, we're getting ready to cut out, but you can watch the replay. I believe Melissa Crochets with Love will be on later tonight. I don't remember what time. I apologize. So she'll be on, so check her out. Sandy, check the replay. We showed some pretties. You know, there's always yarn pretties. And thank you, everybody. And we'll see you next time, 6 p.m. Friday after Granny D. Love you all. Bye.